Seriously.
Oh, come on. Doesn't melted butter and maple syrup sound so good?
I'll tell you what sounds really good right now.
What?
Peace and quiet.
You're so not a money person.
Not before we got married.
What's going on? The company line is simple. The FBI is here investigating missing persons.
You may be thinking if the public knew the truth, they might be able to help us. But we can't risk this getting out because this killer needs to believe he's getting away with murder.
Any future calls related to this investigation be directed to me or Agent Giroux.
Remember, if we can just keep a lid on this now, it'll only help us later. Thanks.
Thank you, Agent Giroux.
Yeah, I'm just doing my job.
It's not much, but it's a place to hang your hat.
All we need is a table and an evidence board.
Sheriff, if you don't mind, some of us would like to go to the site of the accident.
I'll have a deputy take you. Rebecca Gallen's father's coming in to claim the bodies.
Why don't you let us take care of that?
I appreciate it. I'll drive you myself.
Do you have any aerial photos of the crash sites?
We didn't think to get any.
Not a problem. I'll have our technical analyst get some from the NSA. I'd like to see what the areas surrounding the highways are like.
First victims, Fritz and Joanna Dietrich, were found 10 days ago visiting from Germany.
They're actually on Highway 50, just south of Tahoe.
The couple, Melissa and Tom Taylor, were from Oregon. They were found on the 267 northeast of Tahoe, not far from the interstate.
It's right here.
And the latest victims, Jonathan and Rebecca Gallen, were from Arizona. Their accident occurred between Reno and Carson City on Highway 395.
Right here.
All three couples were staying in the area without reservations.
And the only transactions on their credit cards were from gas stations hundreds of miles away.
Common theme here is no paper trail. If no one can contact them or trace them, they become the perfect victims.
Rebecca Gallen's father's going to be here soon.
I'll talk to him. Maybe he can help us fill in some of the blanks.
If you don't mind, I'd like to go home now and tell my wife that I didn't kill that couple.
Sir, we're going to have to ask you not to do that.
But everyone believes I killed them. You don't know what that feels like.
We understand what we're asking of you, but this is an extremely important part of our investigation.
We need the public to continue to believe this was an accident.
Mr. Jones, we will catch this guy. And when we do, your good name will be vindicated. I promise you that.
Well, okay. If I can think of anything that'll be of use to you, I'll let you know.
Thank you for your time, sir. This guy could have left the bodies anywhere. On the side of the road, buried in the ground. But he didn't, and there's a reason for that. Yeah, he's taunting us.
No, he's not. This behavior tells us the risk of leaving the bodies where he killed them is greater than the risk he takes staging these accidents. Thank you. Satellite photos.
Look at that. All three accident sites have similar blind curves.
The grade of the hill, about the same, every location.
Now, what are these areas just off the highway?
Some are fire roads, some are trails for off-road vehicles, ATVs, such.
We know this guy's organized. Looks like he plans his escapes in advance.
Mr. Sanders, I'm very sorry that you have to be here under these circumstances.
No father should have to claim his daughter's dead body.
You're also here for your son-in-law, John, correct?
I'm going to need a full copy of that accident report. We're suing that truck driver and his employer.
Mr. Sanders, your daughter and son-in-law were hit by the tractor trailer. But that's not how they died.
What are you talking about?
They were dead hours before the collision.
No, the police told us they died in the accident.
Yes, sir, I understand that. We had to wait for the autopsy results, and they confirmed that they had been murdered. Sir, I do understand how hard this is. We believe that Rebecca and John are the third couple to die in these circumstances.
Who would want to kill my baby?
I have a couple of questions. We found camping equipment in the back of John's car.
Yeah. He was real big on the outdoors. This time he had to drag her along with him.
Do you know where he liked to camp?
No.
Where he liked to hike?
I know.
Did he ever bring Rebecca souvenirs and T-shirts from anywhere?
I don't know.
restaurants, places he'd like to eat?
My baby hasn't had a sweet tooth, and John would always bring her back these donuts.
We found a matchbook from a diner. Flo's. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, maybe. I can't be sure. It was a real popular place, and he always brought some back for her.
Thank you.
Be right with you.
Not even lunchtime yet.
Well, the sign said people travel for miles for Flo's Donuts. Sorry to keep you waiting. Would you like a dozen to share? Ooh, FBI.
Ma'am, we're trying to trace the steps of a couple that may have been here a few days ago.
Darling, I've waited on 87